Hey, Spencer.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Sure.
It's great to see you again. I
Yeah.
remember I remember Spencer when you were a young man. All right. That's how long
Yeah.
it's been. But I mean, how have you been? Last time I spoke to you, okay, I'm going to refresh your memory. Last time I spoke to you, you said this year I'll hit 1,000 units.
Mhm.
How'd you do?
We're over 1,000.
Oh, good for
So
you.
yeah, we've
That's
we've
awesome.
actually we bought and sold about 2,000.
Okay, yeah. So you're at that
So
stage now where you're kind of like time, what, okay, let me ask you something.
we've rolled some and things like that. So
Okay, so what is it, you know, when I remember one time when I was talking to your buddies, they were having a time when they were about to buy their biggest property ever, and they were starting to sell things just to raise the money to buy the big one. What were some of your reasons for selling?
we did a big transformation over the last 2 years where we got rid of all of our smaller properties under 100 units, and we replaced them with bigger properties. So
Oh,
that
good
was
for
our bigger
you.
thing. It was about being able to manage long term and to upgrade our asset quality.
Awesome. All right. Now, the thing is, when you and I got started, I was involved with your first transaction, the first time you ever bought anything, that 40-unit building, right?
Yep.
And let me guess, you probably have gotten rid of it because it doesn't
Yeah.
fit isn't that wild? Good for you.
Yeah. We actually got rid of it, did a 1031 exchange, and did another 1031 exchange from that same property. We bought a property, held it for a year, renovated it, did another 1031 exchange into
Oh,
another
wow.
property. So
Good for you.
yeah,
Wow, that's fantastic.
40 units is turned into over 400 units.
That's unbelievable. That's great.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't it happening for you kind of the way you predicted? I mean, obviously it's running a business and you're going to have those days, but as far as the growth goes, from 0 units to, you know, an amazing business going right now.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
great.
It definitely takes a while to build up.
Yep,
But once you build up, we bought 650 units last year
that's great.
and
Now, but
sold, 300 units. So
okay, so when during your journey here did it get to a point where okay, this is my full-time job. This is what I'm doing, and pretty early
yeah,
on, I think.
I started that pretty early. I mean,
Yeah.
I kind of decided after our first property that for us to do it, that 40 units, that I was going to have to jump in and do it. So I left a big corporate job, took a huge pay cut,
Yeah, yeah.
jumped in, ran that property, and that was my first one that I did full time. But if we wouldn't have done that, I don't think we would have gotten to where we are now.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, so does your wife now love you again?
Yes.
Good, good. So that's fantastic. So what's the next step? Where are you going from here?
Well, our goal is to add another, 600 units or so this year.
Wow.
So that's our goal. We're trying to step up our deal size. And our goal is to get to about 2,000 units here.
Let me ask you, has it gotten easier for you? I mean, obviously early on as a new investor, you're having trouble finding good deals, finding the money. What's it like now?
I mean, finding the money is easier for sure.
Yeah, okay.
The deals right now are pretty tough
Yeah,
to come by. I see more deals, but making the numbers work. We've definitely had to change our expectations a little bit, or what we were willing to do for some of the
okay.
work after it over time.
I mean, because right now I see Kansas City is killing it.
Well, it's really jumped up in pricing so much that we've been doing business mostly outside of Kansas City.
Oh, have you really? Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, that's interesting. And also the quality of the asset is better for you too, right? You're going for
Yes.
solid Bs.
Oh, definitely. Once you can get to that bigger asset size, it makes a huge difference in
Yeah,
operations, staff that you can have.
yeah.
Long-term stability is better for
Spencer, I hate
sure.
to ask the
So
question. How many employees do you have now?
I think it's 25. it goes up and down.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But boy, I remember it was just you and your dad talking to me, and now look at you. That's fantastic. So,
Yeah.
hey, one of the things that you did early on that I was very impressed with, and you know, like I tell people, I know who's going to be a success very early on because of their sales and marketing ability. You had a fantastic website early on.
It's apartmentinvestors.com.
Apartment Investors. Yes, it was apartmentinvestors.com. Yeah, that
Mhm.
was a great website. It had so much information on it. I mean, it told about multifamily. It told about you. I've sent so many of my students, I said, go look at this website. This is what you want to do. So, I mean, early on, why did you know to do that? What was it? How has that helped you?
Well, it helped build our credibility early on. It built it with potential investors. It built it with banks. It built it with brokers that were out there that they could tell us apart from just somebody that came out of a seminar and gave them a call. So that was our goal, was to set ourselves apart a little bit early on, and to kind of elevate our brand. So
excellent. So that's fantastic. Hey, last question. What would you tell somebody just starting out? And, you know, keep it real, good, the bad, and the ugly. What would you say?
Definitely don't trust the numbers the brokers give you. Do your own due diligence and really learn the number side of it. And then make sure you stay on top of property management and operations. Even if you third party that out, you need to stay on top of them and really understand what it takes to make that property work, so that you can hold them accountable, know when there's problems and stuff before they tell you.
Great advice. You know, I got to tell you something, Spencer. I use in my teaching a story about you quite a bit, as how you can be bamboozled at the closing table. You remember that one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, where the guy wanted to use the security deposits to pay delinquent rents. What?
Yes.
Yep, man.
And showed up at the closing table with a bunch of waivers from the tenants to apply them against rents.
And I remember because, you know, you were using my contract and we had that wording in the contract. You can't use security deposits for delinquent rents, you know, because that's what sellers do. They don't want to have to come out of pocket. That security deposit's already been spent. Now that money's going to have to come out of his closing proceeds. And he didn't want to do it. And I'll never forget it, Spencer. We're on the phone. Everyone's on the phone. You're not there. They're in the closing room. I'm out here in Boston. And this guy says he's doing it this way. No. And do you remember the really kind of unique thing about his lender, in that he could
he had to close that
exactly
day. Yes.
Or he had to wait 30 days for them to recalculate again. And so you know, we're sitting there and he says he's going to do this, and for dramatic effect, I said, no, you can't do that. Yes, I can do that. And he was a lawyer also. And I went through it and I knew exactly where in the contract it said that. And he says, show me where in the contract it is. Okay, fine, I will. And I sat there, Spencer, for dramatic effect and just took my time going to like page 19 and said, right there it is right there. And then the guy said, okay, fine, we'll close. So yeah, I use that as a teaching lesson to this day.
Yeah, there's always some point in the contract where you just have to hold your ground.
Yep. Oh yeah. Always remain in control of the deal. Number one. So, well, it's so good to see you, Spencer. I love working with you way back then. I love seeing your success now. Keep up the good work. I might be tapping your shoulder. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to be coming out to Kansas City in October. Let's get together when I'm out there.
Yeah, definitely let me know when. We'll get together. So.
My plan is to fly my plane out to Kansas City. So you'll see me. Nice. I'll be doing the strafing and the carpet bombing. That'll be me when I get there. So, all right, buddy, good to see you. And I wish you all the best. I love your success, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you.
See you, man.